But ladies and gents, when we have a look at this specific sum, I know the one thing that freaks you guys out is what? The cos 2 theta, right? It kind of freaks some of you guys out because how do I know which identity must I change it into? And some of you guys are a bit trigger happy. In other words, the moment I see a 1, I make it sine squared plus cos squared. Please don't do that. You're making the sum much bigger than it ought to be. It's not that you won't get to the right answer, but you're going to Cape Town via Durban. And the problem is sometimes you might get lost along the way and you never get to Cape Town at all. Okay, so ladies and gents, what do? The problem I'm sitting with is not the cos 2 theta and the sine 2 theta. The problem is that that 1 doesn't fit anything else. So what am I going to do? I'm going to try and get only thetas in, because maybe then I could handle that 1. So I'm going to leave the 1 as is, and I'm going to change the 1 that I know has to change. And now here comes the dirty little school trick. Ladies and gents, you only change the cos if you know where you are going. Now in this case, usually, sir, I would go and change the cos into sine and cos because of the right-hand side. Usually. But in this case, I'm going to change it into 1 minus 2 sine squared theta so that the 1 and the 1 can cancel out. So number 1 is I would go and look, where do I want to go? Or can't I cancel out some numbers? Well, in this case I can, because 1 minus 1 is naught. Minus and a minus is a plus. 2 sine squared theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. Now, the question is, Sunshine, what kind of an equation is this? Forget about now the signs. What kind of an equation is this? It is a quadratic equation. How do I solve a quadratic equation? I get it equal to 0. Ooh-wee. Sir, I did not think about that. Once I have equal to 0, how do I solve a quadratic equation? I factorize. So I'm going to take out 2 sine theta common, which leaves me with sine theta minus cos theta equal to 0, which gives me 2 sine theta equal to 0, or just sine theta equal to 0, and sine theta equal to cos theta. Okay. Now the question is, how do I solve that further? Please somebody tell me. Say again. You can try cofunctions or divide by cos. Because this gives me tan theta equal to. Okay, now. Okay, ladies and gents, everyone quickly pay attention. What I'm going to share with you guys now, remember when I wrote the sum on the board, I said, I am going to rattle your cage a little bit. Quite a few of you guys have, when you got to this point, did this. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to pay attention, because this might give you or save you a lot of marks in the exam. Those of you that did that can attest. I said to you, got everything right to that point, and then 0 for the rest. But now my question to you guys that I want to pose is, why, when I divide by a sine theta, a trig identity or trig function here, I give you 0 for the rest, but here I'm allowed to divide by a trig identity or trig function? Why, in the one sense, it is wrong, your teacher stops marking, but in the next one, it's 100% right. Okay, and now, please do not ever respond with the answer of, because my teacher said so. Because I know, all of you guys get up to this point, and instinctively you divide by cos theta. Why? Because your teacher said so. Am I right, sir? Okay? You do that, why? Because your teacher said so. And the problem is then you guys go and do it up in a sum and you get naught, and then you are angry at your teacher. Pretty much, yes. The question is, what's the difference? Okay, ladies and yes. Undefined. Why undefined? Okay. Why is that undefined? Where's undefined? I don't see undefined. Okay, ladies and gents. Let me quickly share this with you guys. You're very close. The thing is, guys, look at this. Sine theta equal to 0 is a possible solution. If I make sine theta 0 on both sides, my left is equal to my right. So in other words, if I divide by sine theta, I could actually be dividing by, am I allowed to divide by 0? Now the question is, what about this? What makes this different? Guys, look at the graph of sine theta and cos theta. There's the basic graph of sine theta and cos theta. Or sine theta and there's cos theta. Remember, this happens when two graphs cross each other. Is it a possible solution that cos theta could be 0? No, because here and here, neither of my two functions are 0, so it's not a possibility. That's why we're allowed to divide by cos there, because cos theta equals 0 is not a possible solution for the equation. You've got to be careful. And now here comes the very nasty thing. All of you guys are looking at leaving matric this year, hopefully. And all of you guys are looking at going into a degree. And that includes the guys at home, hopefully. Ladies and gents, you've got to be careful. If you rock up at a lecture and the lecturer asks you, but why are you allowed to do this? And you tell that lecturer, because my teacher said so. You know what he's going to respond? Ach, shame. You're not allowed to do that if you are not able to tell me why. Yes, that hoekom. Ladies and gents, you've got to learn to think for yourself, because that's going to make the difference between whether you not just succeed at matric, but whether you succeed at university. Guys, there's a lot of people who do well in matric that struggle at varsity.